What to do after suffering an injury on a business property. I typically get a call from a client who was recently injured while shopping, while at a restaurant, while out. They might have tripped and fell. They might have slipped on water. And they ask, Scott, who's responsible for this injury? Who is responsible for me having to go to the hospital, for me having a surgery on my neck, my shoulder, or my knee? The answer is, it really depends. So if you were injured at a business property, it is critical that you document that as soon as possible. It is critical that you file an incident report with that business. Tell that business, hey, I am injured. Hey, this happened to me and here is where it happened. That incident report is going to be written for the purposes of that business owner for sure, but it's a documented case that you were injured at that location at that time. And it will include pertinent information to guide anyone in recovering the benefits for you. A lot of businesses you go into, you'll see shopping for groceries. You'll see at a restaurant. You'll notice that there's a spill on the floor. You'll notice there's water here, water there. You'll see an employee run right over and put up a wet floor sign. The interesting thing about the wet floor sign is a lot of people have the misconception that a wet floor sign absolves you from any liability. That could not be further from the truth under Florida law. I once handled a case years back. It was at a popular electronics store. A client was walking out of that store and it was crowded. There was a lot of people. We ended up getting the video of that fall about 6 months into litigation in that case. Our client ended up falling specifically and fell her shoulder on top of a wet floor sign. The defense attorneys were screaming to the top of their lungs, we're covered. We had a wet floor sign. They were not. They had a wet floor sign up for an excess of, I think it was 25 minutes. And it took them a long time to go ahead and actually solve the issue, which was the water on the ground, which is the unsafe condition that actually caused our client to fall. So if you've been injured while on the property of somebody else, give me a call. Let us try to gather the information for you. Let us try to document your liability so we can get you and fight for the compensation you deserve for the losses you've suffered.